All right, my friends, happy Friday to you. Aaron here bringing your daily horoscope for Friday, the 15th of May, 2020. Got a beautiful day. We've got the moon in Pisces. Moon loves to be in Pisces, right? Feeling, expressing, it's elusive. It's our dreams, our imagination. We're connecting with the oneness that connects us all together, right? Warm, fuzzy feelings, joy, happiness. We've got the moon right around noon at 7 degrees, creating a sextile to Uranus, the breakthrough planet, the great awakener down there in Taurus, right? So an emotional need to dream, an emotional need to be in that space of, it's the particle versus waves. This is the waves. This isn't the particle of the exact real concrete thing. This is the floating in the ether of the dream state, the imagination, and allowing ourselves to be, okay? And to it's like, well, what could we be if money wasn't an object or an issue? What would we want to obtain in our lives? What would be emotionally fulfilling for us? Okay, really, really important on this day and for the next 2.5 days. What is emotionally fulfilling for us? If physical reality, things or other people weren't, conflicting in our brains. If it's like, oh, if I only had $1 million, then I could do this. Or if I had this, or if this person, if I had love with this person or believe, whatever it is, it's like, then I could do this. Where this moon's saying, no, this isn't about that thing. This isn't about a need for the person, the place, the thing. This is like, look, just go within and you have all of these things, whatever you want, think, you already have and are, right? So we have the moon right around noon, connecting with Uranus in Taurus. And this is about finances. This is about stability in life. This is about tradition. This is about material possessions and things. Okay, so we have this sextile happening. Again, the easy flow of energy between water and earth, and one being in this great elusive, a need for lack of boundaries. Okay, a need for this lack of boundaries, because again, it's just like saying, if it was only this thing, this hurdle, if it weren't for this hurdle, then I could achieve this, right? So what's Uranus's job in Taurus? To dissolve those hurdles. Okay, it's to shake those hurdles up and to say, where there once was this wall stopping you, this wall no longer exists, right? Or what this one concrete thing was, this concrete fear, this concrete obstacle in our path, no matter if it was internal or external, Uranus's job is to shake that up into a sense of, again, of dissolvement and reforming reality. So we have this a dream and an imagination and solid ground and breakthrough energy. Obviously, we have a combination to achieve something, bringing something from the non-physical into the physical that maybe we were unable, that we thought we didn't think we could be able to do it, or we didn't know how we could do it. But then there's this surge. Okay, this impulse, it hits us. At the same time, we also have a semi-sextile between Uranus and Mercury, which is now home in Gemini, cruising through Gemini, okay, at 7 degrees. So let me show you what these look like. So here's Mercury down here in Gemini. Semi-sextile, you can see back there, 7 degrees to 7 degrees, okay? And then from 7 degrees sextile up here to 7 degrees is the moon. Okay, so now Uranus's job connecting with Mercury is a breakthrough in information, right? Now here, once again, I set this back to the mean node on accident. We know that, sorry, I was doing a chart reading. We know that the north node is here at 29 degrees. So forgive me, I'll have to readjust that. Either way, with the north node, Venus now retrograde, and Mercury all in Gemini. Again, we're playing a bit of detective in our own lives, okay? Refiguring out the answers, all right? And it's important because the South Node is saying, again, letting go. Part of what the Sagittarius South Node representation is about, this has been somebody else's view that has gotten them to this point. This is a collective resource of knowledge that somebody else did. You know, this again, the higher knowledge, higher education, information that's out there, where this is saying, yes, it's great to ask questions. It's great to consult with other individuals. It's great to read books by other people who have done this similar work. But ultimately, it's you. And you yourself have to figure out what's right for you, right? So this is just like the energy of a parent saying to a child, don't stick your finger in the light socket, or don't touch, here's a better one, you know, don't touch the stove, it's hot. Okay. This is the South Node, perfect representation of the parent, okay? This is experience. I'm sharing this knowledge with you through experience. However, the child has to experience this for themselves. They can't just take your word for it. They have to put themselves out there and touch the hot stove to determine for themselves. This is the energy that we're in. So other people can give us different, you know, answers for life. You know, some people will say astrology is, it's fugazi, it's not real. You know, then you're going to talk to me and many other astrologers and many people around the world. They're like, oh, this is very real. It's a different kind of Western science that's a different kind of measurable, which is why it's been trying to be disproved, or the you know, separation of astronomy and astrology over the years. Or they can say, you know, belief in something, you know, you can wish in one hand and something in the other, you know, and it's just like, well, what comes real? So anyway, you have all these different people that are going to say different things of what's real in their lives, what they believe in. Oh, you know, this is the only way. This is the only way. This is the only way to have faith. This is the only way to believe. This is the only way to pray. This is the only God to pray to. This is the only way to handle this situation. This is the only way, you know. So this is the South Node in Sagittarius. It's in a sense letting go of some of these ideas of how other people are determining our reality, or telling us what we should be doing with our reality, or the circumstance of what should be coming next after dealing with this situation, okay? And we are in a place where it's just like, I must determine for myself. I must myself be willing to take action. I myself must be willing to take the risk. I myself am willing to receive the reward for doing that. But without doing that, and by listening to somebody else, it's only limiting my perception of reality and my ability to flow with this reality, you know. So it's unique to us all. So this day is going to continue to push that information, as well as the moon at that point in time around noon is going to square Mercury at 7 degrees. So while they're both connecting to Uranus saying breakthrough, the square is saying stability. You know, there has to be some sort of stability between the moon needing this elusiveness, needing to play and wander in the dreams and the imagination. You know, it's just like this dream realm is where the artists can tap into to bring their art into life. Okay. And Mercury is saying, well, we have to, you know, discover life. And now you might have a Bob Ross saying, this is how you paint a picture. You know, this is the only way to paint. And then you have someone like, you know, Vincent van Gogh comes along and says, no, I want to paint this way. I want to paint fast. Or, you know, maybe Bob Ross and Vincent van Gogh are a bad example, because Bob Ross was a wet oil painter. He also painted quite quickly. You know, but, you know, like some people will paint little pieces and wait a day for it to dry, come back, and this is how you paint. You know, and then there's always this breakthrough. There's always somebody else that does something differently that shows us, wow, we actually can achieve this same thing, or through our own individual artistic expression, we reinvent the wheel. We invent our own wheel, you know. So we're our own Dali, we're our own Van Gogh, we're our own, you know. I got to show you guys something really cool. It's not going to be on this video today, this daily video, but I'm going to show you a cool thing about astrology and the Last Supper. I'll do that really soon, actually. That's a fun video. or a fun nugget of what's his toes. Why can't I think of his name right now? One of the most famous artists ever, the Mona Lisa. You know what I'm talking about. Isn't that funny how like some things just escape you, and why can't I think of his name? Either way. That's enough out of me today. All right, my friends. Thank you, as always, for hanging out with me. Of course, as soon as I hit the stop button, it's going to be like, oh, yeah, duh. Either way. Have a beautiful day. Breakthroughs, reinventing your own wheel. And we'll see you tomorrow.